Happy Friday. I am helping out Coach Lovey for the month of September. So I thought I would say hi to everybody in Build too, since Build and Rebuild are on the same program. They're separate communities though, with separate approaches. I am showing the Friday strength for both rooms live right now. Before we get started, if you have a loop, go grab one. Also go grab 2 items that weigh about 1 pound each. I'm not going to be using actual weights. They're downstairs. And in case you can't tell, I'm hiding from my kids while they do schoolwork. Yay! Hence the late start and the awkward positioning here. So we're going to go through 4 moves, 1 minute each. And we're going to start with the banded arch walk. Then moving on to the extra range clams before hitting the swimmer's press. That's where you're going to need the weight. And ending with bird dog, a balance move. So let's get started. We're going to grab the loop. What we care about, 2 things. One is the positioning. Remember when it comes to our knees, locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked. We don't need a bend necessarily. We just need not locked. This is locked. Unlock your knees. No pressure there. We want once in a while to back up so you can see what happens. Watch my ankles. Watch the difference. When I lift that big toe, everything, it's not that we're trying to supinate, go on the outside of our feet, but we want to make sure we're not dumping into our ankles. So by lifting that big toe, you're lifting your arch. Press your pinky toe into the ground if you can. This might take some time. It won't feel natural the first time you do it. Most of the time, when it comes to our shoes, we wear shoes that are beyond supportive. They're so supportive that our feet don't have to do any work. The more cushion in the sole of your shoe, the less work your toes are actually doing, and that's incredibly inefficient all the way up the chain. That is why we do these barefoot. I beg you to all the time. That's the reason why. So again, notice the difference. Doop, doop, doop. Notice the difference in my knees. Doop. What happens there? Everything is now firing and in aligned the way it needs to be. We want to focus on that throughout the move. This is going to target all the little muscles in here on the side of your booty, and it's really unpleasant. If you have been as lax about doing these as I have been lately, it's going to hurt a lot, and you're going to feel the difference next time you go on a run. So here we go, starting position. Now, this is not a big step. We want to work the resistance. Remember, when it comes to something like this, slower is better. Step, and then drag that foot. Step, slide, step, slide. We don't want to see any movement in your torso. We want to keep your cage locked as much as possible. And that you're leading with your hip each time you step out. 8, 9, 30, switching directions. You should also feel this a little bit in your quads. You don't want a huge tight loop, and you don't want to be taking a very big step. Remember, bigger is not better. Smaller and slower and controlled is better, because that is where the strength comes from, working the resistance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Next move as we line it up. These are extra range clams. Apologies for all the awkwardness here. I need the pad. So when it comes to a clam, one, we want to be aligned. That good alignment is going to look like I like to do it against a wall, or for me, against the edge of the bed. So that way my ankles, my hips, and my shoulders are aligned. People tend to come forward. We don't want that. We really want to isolate the hips. You can do this with a band if you want to. I really don't, because that's hard and I'm not there yet. The final thing, notice no matter what size you are, and there for a long time, like after my pregnancies, there was no lifting my side off the ground. So think of it like this. You're pressing your side into the ground. Now you're in a more neutral position. And it's easy to get here and stay here, but then you're going to be using your back and you're going to be rolling forward. Focus on keeping your hips stacked throughout. If you want to make this more challenging, make your legs a little bit straighter. If that's not enough, use your armpit to lift you off the ground. But again, making sure that these are stacked and that you're not too curved. This is going to make it hella hard though, and recruit your back, and I'm not there yet. So if I'm not there yet, think twice before trying to jump ahead. Okay, we're going to do 30 seconds on each side. And it's going to, so keeping that good stack, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have a loop, put it around your knees. We're going to try to keep this knee position like where it is, external rotation and return. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I'm dumping. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 30 seconds. Switching sides. Set. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oops. 3. Awkward. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. We just need to be isolating those muscles and trying to get it done. I know I sure can feel it down in here. If you can't, we're doing something incorrectly, and we need to talk about that. So do let me know. Next, I'm going to stand up for this, is the swimmer's press. The swimmer's press, we want to work the muscles in your back and try to bring your shoulder into play. These are 2 rollers that I keep around in different places, and they both happen to weigh about 1.5 pounds. So I'm more concerned with balance than I am about heftiness. Don't go hard. Don't think about, I should be lifting more. This is not about lifting. Remember, if we were actually lifting weights to build power, we would have more weight and fewer reps. This is going to have way more reps than you would ever do if you were trying to build power. This is about building tone and recruiting muscles in good alignment. So lighter and slower is always better. There is no reason you should do these. I don't care how strong you are, how fit you are, and we got some fit people in here. You do not have any business doing this with a weight that weighs more than 2 pounds. You really don't, and you never will. That's how important it is. Work the resistance, think about good posturing, and go slowly. Final note, remember what I said about locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked. Unlock your knees, lift that big toe off the floor, root your pinky in, and think about this, because anytime, this is going to be a balance move. And while we balance, we need to make sure that our ankles are not dumping and that our knees are not coming in, okay? We need to make sure that our knees and our hips and our joints are supported. So with the swimmer's press, 1, 2, and that rotates all the way around. 3, 4. We don't have to add the squat. I just don't have a whole lot of room in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll your shoulders back a couple times. Don't be wearing your shoulders for earrings. Also, you've heard me talk about locking your cage. Now's the time to do it. It's roll your shoulders back. Try to tap your elbows against your waist, because that outward rotation of your elbows is going to put your shoulders exactly where they need to be. And see, it actually recruits the lateral muscles on either side of your tummy as well. And we want that too, because we need this and your TVA functioning to support your back. So when I tell people like stand up straight, I get this, and then their shoulders are earrings, and that's not what we want. When I tell people to pull their shoulders back, we get this. That's a hyperextension. That's not what we want. And then you can see that's unnatural. Shoulders are too far back. All we want to do, roll them out a bit. And almost the ankles, elbows right there. Rotate your elbows outward. Exhale. Cage is locked. This is the good runner form, and this is also good lifting form. So knowing that, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It's my husband on a conference call. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Remember, we don't want momentum doing anything for us. If you find yourself going too quickly, slow it down. "20 seconds. Take a minute to notice what your glutes are doing. They should be on and supporting you. Okay, that's your minute up. When you're standing still, like you are right now, or like I am right now, if you reach back, you'll notice what's doing the work is your knees. That knee joint, extended, so clearly I'm too loud, is what's keeping my body aloft right now because I'm not using my glutes. Putting just unlocking your knees and putting just a little bit, a teeny tiny bit of bend in your legs changes everything, and that turns your glutes on. And that's really where we want to be while we're doing this, because when you're lifting a heavier weight, it's a full body workout, and your knees were not meant to do anything other than stabilize you and help your leg move. They were not meant to absorb a whole lot of shock. So don't ask your knees to do more than they were designed to do, and they will last a whole lot longer. Yay! So be sure when you're doing that, think about it standing, turn your glutes on, and think about just starting to go slowly into a squatting position. Like not a full squat, but just like lock your knees, unlock, start to go down, and you'll notice that these automatically turn on. That's where you want to be, turned on. Yay! And then the final move is a balance move called bird dog. You're going to get in the quadruped position. We're going to do 30 seconds as usual on each side. Quadruped means all fours. Ooh, cat cow. Stretch your back out because that feels good. Make sure that your hands are rooted underneath your shoulders. This should be not, you don't want to be forward. It should be a good 90-degree angle, even if it doesn't look like it here. We don't want to have too much hyperextension in our back, and we don't want to be having a turtle back, turtle shell either. What we want is just firmness here. And when you turn on your armpits, like you're trying to press them towards the ground or towards your waist, that is what's going to give you loft and keep your back exactly where it needs to be. So this is a counterbalance move. When done properly, it will use all of the muscles in your tummy. We're going to do 30 seconds, back leg up. Just hold. Press the top of your rooted leg, the one that's on the ground. Focus on pressing the top of that foot into the ground and turn on both glutes. Don't want that leg too high. We just want it in line. We don't want to be lifting. We want to be square to the ground. 10 seconds. And we're going to switch. Stay rooted, pressing the top of your other foot now into the ground. Big exhale, check your form. Press your armpit to the ground. "15 seconds. Make sure that leg's not too high. Straighten it out. Focus on pressing that top of your foot into the ground. Don't let the arm drop like mine just did. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay. That's it. Strength completely finished. Final thing to notice. I know that when I started yoga a long time ago, I was like, wow, I can't do this. It hurts my wrists. A trick that I was taught then that should help with anything in the quadruped position now is to focus on not pressing your finger pads into the ground. People say that. It's not a bad cue, but it's a bad cue for me because I'm super double jointed. And when I press that into the ground, my fingers do something, I don't know if you can see, but it's really funky. They basically, that would curl the rest of my joint would lock. And that is not what we want. That's a great way to break your fingers, as some people, not going to name names, might have learned the hard way. How many people get injured in yoga class? The hypermobile people. So what I focus on is pressing this middle knuckle into the ground. And by that, it counteracts any part of me that's double jointed and keeps me rooted right where I need to be. Because final note, if you're trying to press your finger pads into the ground, you might find them curling. And curling is not what we want. We don't want that. We want the hands supporting like the roots of a tree, not doing work that they too were not designed to do. There you go. Happy Friday. Enjoy your run tomorrow. I know that I am toast after demonstrating these all week. My booty's on fire, and it's a good thing Levy took the month off because clearly I needed to get back to doing these things too. You're coached. You're loved. Go win it Friday, and happy Labor Day.